Hi everyone and welcome to the new video. Today I want to show how you can observe the solar eclipse with a budget of about $10 and I will show you my experience of visiting Total Solar Eclipse in Spain. I will also give you some useful advices. I will show how it works and what to expect. Without further ado, let's get into it. First, let's talk about hardware. Obviously, if you do it seriously, the budget is practically unlimited. You can have a special apochromatic telescope, a planetary camera, or even a special narrow-band solar filter, and so on. Realistically, if you want to take it seriously, the setup cost will start from about $500 and it can easily reach $1,000 or even more. But in this video, I will specially keep it simple and I will show how you can observe the sun with a simple filter and a smartphone. Without further ado, let's get into it. And the first thing you need if you want to see a solar eclipse is a calendar. Nowadays you don't need a printed calendar, of course. There are many websites where you can see the schedule, where you can see the next eclipse. And for example, as you can see on the screen, every 1-2 years you can find the solar eclipse in different parts of the world. Obviously you will not probably go to Australia or something like this, but within several years gap you can probably find the place which is not so far from you. For example, this is how I visited the solar eclipse in Spain. It was only 2.5 hours flight and I combined it with my vacation. And I can say that it was a really nice experience and it was really worth it. So the first thing you need to do is to check the calendar. And as the next thing, you need to find the solar filter. You can open Amazon and as you can see the choice is big. Practically the solar eclipse does not last long, so you don't need really expensive glasses. A simple cardboard design works well. As for me, I bought a set of 6 glasses, and the set also included the smartphone filter that I practically used all the time. But the glasses were really useful as well. I gave some of them to my colleagues and to my relatives, so they were happy with that. Obviously you need a smartphone if you want to take photos, and this large solar filter can cover all the lenses at the same time, so you can easily change the zoom, which is useful. So my first piece of advice here is to buy not only the glasses but also a set that includes the smartphone filter. It is really convenient. And by the way, you should never watch a solar eclipse without glasses, and there are 2 major reasons for that. First, it just does not work. Even with the 50% of the coverage, the sun is too bright and you cannot see any details with the naked eye. And your smartphone camera cannot see it as well. The dynamic range is not so big. And second, if you watch the sun too long, you can just damage your eye retina, and you can also damage your smartphone camera as well, so just don't do it. And the next piece of advice, if using the smartphone the image is too dark or too bright, you can easily switch to Pro mode. I can show how it works on Android. You can open the camera app, you press More button and you switch to Pro mode. And here you can easily adjust the shutter speed. If the image is too bright, you can make it darker and so on. And now I will show you how it was going on the real solar eclipse, so you know what to expect. Let's get into it. But before, I will give you a next piece of advice. When you're traveling to see the solar eclipse, plan other activities as well. First, it is just fun. And second, generally speaking, the weather is not guaranteed. I was lucky to see the solar eclipse, but there was always a chance that it will be cloudy and you will see nothing. And if you're traveling thousands of kilometers, it's always nice to see something else, so you will have a good time anyway, whether you see solar eclipse or not. In my case, I was traveling to Madrid, and it is a really nice photogenic city with beautiful views and architecture. For science and technology, there are several interesting options as well. I visited an aviation museum that is located in the air base near Madrid. They have a large collection of different airplanes, and I will show it in my next video as well. And I also visited a local flea market that works on Sundays, where I have found this interesting antique clock with a radium dial. I will make a video soon about radioactive artifacts in Madrid, stay tuned. And now it's time to see the eclipse. And the next piece of advice I can give, come early in advance. If you are traveling by car in the middle of nowhere, it may be okay, but in the city it will be definitely crowded. I was in Spain and it was estimated that several millions of tourists visit Spain to see the solar eclipse. Now it's about 1 hour before the eclipse, and as we can see there are a lot of people around already. So if you want to find a good spot, check in advance where it is better to stay and what can you see. I was watching the eclipse in the city park, and as we will see later, it was completely crowded. There was no free space at all. And this is the beginning of the eclipse, about 40 minutes before the maximum, and obviously it is not visible by the naked eye, but we can see the sun and the moon with the filter. My camera has a 3 times optical zoom, so it is practically like a smartphone. I am not sure if with the glasses only something is visible, but at least on the camera we can see it. By the way, as another advice, you should check the weather. In Spain it was extremely hot, it was about plus 36 degrees. In this case it's better to take enough water with you. And as we can see, 40 minutes before the maximum, there is no free space around anymore. And the moon slowly becomes more visible. Someone even brought a large format camera. These cameras were popular probably in the 50s, and now they are very rarely seen today. Now it is 25 minutes before the maximum. It's still nothing visible with the naked eye. We can only see the moon with the filter. Obviously the most interesting part of the eclipse is the maximum, but you need to wait at least half an hour. So as I mentioned before, you should have a solar filter, otherwise it will be nothing to see with the naked eye. And now it is 15 minutes before the maximum, and I think the part of the solar corona slowly becomes visible. And now it is definitely darker. With the naked eye you can see that the shape of the sun is a bit irregular, but still it is too bright to see any details. And now it is 10 minutes before the maximum, the brightness is definitely decreasing. And finally it becomes really dark. Now it is possible to see the sun without glasses at all. And interestingly, it is already dark, but it is still not a maximum yet. Another interesting effect is the change of the ambient color. It's like the changing of the color temperature. And it is hard to show on the camera, but the color becomes really beautiful. It is dark around, and it is like a beautiful bright gemstone located in the sky. Now I will stop commenting and you can just enjoy the view.
A ver si cae un meteorito, salimos todos a verlo y nos mata a todos.
So I must say it is incredibly beautiful and I am happy that I saw it. I think now you understand that to see the eclipse like this you need to visit the Total Solar Eclipse. And it is really beautiful and it's absolutely worth it. But keep in mind that partial solar eclipse doesn't look like this. For example, on paper 90% and 100% does not look like a big difference, but practically the eclipse with the 90% you will not see with the naked eye at all. So you really need to find a spot on the map with this 100% coverage. So as we can see, it looks really cool. And now let's make a short summary. To effectively watch the solar eclipse you need several components. First you need to check the time and place. Ideally to be sure that you are in the area of the full totality with the 100% coverage. Second, you need to buy a solar filter, and it's better to do it in advance. Sellers are also smart, and in the last days the price can easily go up. The solar filter is practically mandatory. First, for safety reasons, you don't want to damage your eyes. And second, without solar filter, nothing will be visible 95% of the time. It will be just boring. And last but not least, especially in the city, you must come to the place in the advance. Otherwise it can be too crowded and it can be almost impossible to find a good spot. This is especially important if you want to use a large camera or even telescope. By the way, I did a review of the C-Star Smart Telescope. If you are curious to see how it works, the link is in the video description below. And that is it for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. Press like and subscribe if you want to see more videos about science and technology. I maybe will add more videos about astronomy and image processing as well. Thanks for watching and see you next time.